As the delivery guy approached the house, he noticed how quiet it was. He placed the package next to the door and was about to leave when he heard a strange noise coming from inside the house. His job was to leave the package and go, but he just didn't feel right. He felt as if something was seriously wrong, and he had to listen to his gut. The noise sounded like someone was humming a tune, but it was off-key and slightly eerie. The delivery guy hesitated for a moment, his heart racing as he tried to make sense of what he was hearing. But he quickly decided to call the police, just to be safe. The dispatcher answered his call, and the delivery guy explained the situation. His voice was shaking with fear and anxiety as he tried to convey the urgency of the situation. The dispatcher assured him that help was on the way and instructed him to stay on the line until the officers arrived. As he waited, the delivery guy noticed that the house was old and rundown. He couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding, as if he was being watched by unseen eyes. The police arrived a few minutes later, and the delivery guy directed them to the door. The officers drew their weapons and cautiously approached the house. As they entered the house, they heard the noise getting louder. As they made their way through the house, they encountered a series of twists and turns that led them deeper into the unknown. The delivery guy couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Was someone watching them? Was there a hidden passage in the walls? They checked every room, every closet, every nook and cranny, but found nothing out of place. Just when they thought they had searched everywhere, they heard the noise again, this time coming from the basement. The basement was dark and musty, with a foreboding feeling that made their skin crawl. They descended the stairs, their footsteps echoing in the silence. They searched every corner of the basement, but found nothing that could be causing the noise. As they made their way back upstairs, they heard the noise again, coming from the attic. They climbed the creaky stairs, their hearts pounding with anticipation. But once again, they found nothing that could explain the source of the noise. They were on the verge of giving up when they heard the noise yet again, this time coming from the garage. They rushed to the garage, adrenaline pumping through their veins. But once again, they found nothing that could explain the noise. As they made their way back into the house, they noticed something strange. The noise seemed to be getting louder and clearer, almost like a tune. They followed the noise, their hearts racing with excitement and fear. They ran into the living room, and then they found it. The source of the noise was an old object, one that they never would have suspected. The delivery guy couldn't believe his eyes. What could it be that was causing such a commotion? What they found in the living room was unexpected, but not threatening. It was an old record player, playing an old vinyl record of a classic song. The delivery guy was relieved and embarrassed at the same time. He apologized for wasting the police's time and thanked them for their quick response. The delivery guy decided to take more precautions in the future, making sure to always trust his gut and call for help when in doubt. He also made a mental note to be more aware of his surroundings, especially when making deliveries in unfamiliar neighborhoods. A few days later, the delivery guy received a call from the police. It was one of the officers who had responded to his call. The officer thanked him for calling and explained that it was better to be safe than sorry. The officer and the delivery guy struck up a conversation, and they found that they had a lot in common. They both enjoyed fishing and watching sports, and they even discovered that they lived in the same neighborhood. The delivery guy couldn't believe that what had started as a frightening experience had turned into a new friendship. The delivery guy also realized the power of community. He was touched by the kindness of the police officers who responded to his call and the support he received from his new friend. He felt grateful to be a part of a community that looked out for one another. Speaking of whom, he had an active incoming call from the police right that second. The delivery guy had just finished his shift for the day and was heading home when he received a call from one of the police officers he had worked with on the previous case. They explained to him that there had been a string of cases in the neighborhood of weird noises, and they needed his help again. Due to their successful collaboration in the past, they believed that they could work together to solve this new case. The delivery guy agreed to help the police, and they came up with a plan. He would act as an informant and pretend to deliver packages to the houses where the noises were reported. He would then report back to the police if he noticed anything suspicious from the doorway. He soon noticed that some of the houses seemed to be abandoned. He reported this to the police, who decided to investigate further. They discovered that some of the houses had been abandoned for years, and they were being used as hiding places for illegal activity. After a few weeks of pretending to deliver packages, the delivery guy noticed something suspicious about one of the houses. He reported this to the police, and they investigated further. They discovered a clue that led them to believe that the strange noises were coming from inside the house. They decided to set up a sting operation to catch the perpetrators red-handed. The police came up with a plan to catch the perpetrators. They would set up a fake delivery to the house and wait for the suspects to show up. They would then catch them in the act and bring them to justice. One day, as he approached a certain house, he saw some strange characters hanging around outside. They looked like they were up to no good, and he knew that he had hit the jackpot. As he pretended to deliver a package, he took note of everything he saw and heard. He saw some unusual equipment and overheard some suspicious conversations. He quickly made his way back to the police station to report what he had seen. The police sprang into action, setting up the sting operation to catch the criminals in the act. The delivery guy watched from a safe distance as the police rushed in, arresting the criminals and confiscating their stolen goods. As the delivery guy breathed a sigh of relief, he knew that he had made a difference in his community. He was proud to have helped the police catch the bad guys and make his neighborhood a safer place. The delivery guy was invited to an award ceremony where he was recognized for his role in solving the case. He was presented with a Medal of Honor and a certificate of recognition. He felt proud of himself for being able to help the police and make a difference in his community. The police were impressed with the delivery guy's work and asked him if he would be interested in working for them full-time as a consultant. He was thrilled at the opportunity and accepted the job offer immediately. He was excited to be able to use his skills to help the police and make a difference in his community.